All right, welcome back. It's 7:15. If you've just woken up, hope you're in for a good day. Well, hopefully this will put you in a good mood. Did you know that during the Apartheid era, Trinidad and Tobago assisted the liberation movement in South Africa by providing travel documents to leaders in the struggle to facilitate movement in order to expose the wicked system of apartheid? Now, 20 years of democracy may more often seem like an achievement that is celebrated by and affects only the people in and from this country. But the reality of the matter is many parts of the world are celebrating with South Africa and our democracy of coming of age, and it means a lot to them as well. Now, among them is Trinidad and Tobago, and presented this week by a team of people in South Africa to celebrate the milestone. Leading them is the Honourable Dr. Lincoln Douglas, who is their Minister of Arts and Culturalism. And he's in studio with us to talk a little bit more about his visit. It's good to have you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be here.
So I briefly mentioned that travel documents were issued from Trinidad and Tobago for some of our leaders in the struggle. How did it work? I mean, talk to us about the relationship between the countries.
Well, of course, we have an embassy here in South Africa, and that represents the interests of Trinidad and Tobago. And we've had an ongoing relationship with South Africa for the last 20 years, both in terms of support of the movement prior to that and ongoing diplomatic relationship with South Africa. So it's really an honor for us to have that kind of relationship. As you know, Trinidad and Tobago is an island in the Caribbean. It's the most southerly of all the Caribbean islands. Yeah. But we've always had a fierce and a strong thirst for independence and for freedom, and we aggressively supported those who were fighting for freedom. So
what brings you to South Africa now?
Well, we're here in South Africa in celebration of that 20th anniversary, both of our diplomatic relations and in terms of the country celebrating that also. And we're here with our national instrument, which is the steel band. And we're also participating in the support of the development of the carnival product, which Trinidad and Tobago has been doing for more than 100 years.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. So are you trying to introduce something like that here in South Africa?
Yes. Well, actually, for the last 2 years, it has started in some ways. And this year, we've brought one of our most productive and excellent steel band, a group called Exodus. And they will be performing here in South Africa. They'll be performing this evening, I think tonight, at the State Theatre.
Oh, great.
And it will be an opportunity for people to hear this instrument in all its splendor. We have developed this from you see, the steel band came as a kind of resistant movement. When our original ancestors came to the Caribbean as slaves, and in Trinidad in particular, they were banned from playing the African drums because the colonials at that point in time thought that these drums were a form of resistance and they were using it to communicate and all that sort. So they banned the drums, and as a result of that, people started playing on sticks, on bamboos, on discarded steel drums, and out of that they realized that they can make notes on it, and so it went from just one note to two notes, and now it's a whole orchestra. Yeah. We've got a huge orchestra here this evening, and they'll be playing all kinds of music.
That's incredible, and I know that we've got them here this morning, so they'll be playing the show out, so you'll be able to experience the Exodus Steel Orchestra live on Morning Live. Let's talk a little bit more about relations between South Africa and Trinidad and Tobago, and perhaps have a look at Trinidad and Tobago and whether or not it's been influenced in any way by our democracy that's been shaped here in South Africa over the years.
Yes, well, one of the things in particular that has shaped our country, and as you know, we've had a lot of your leaders. We've had Desmond Tutu, we've had Mr. Mandela himself has been there, is the ongoing struggle itself for freedom and for democracy. Of course, in Trinidad and Tobago, we became a nation in 1961, and it has been a kind of smoothest transition from a sort of colonial economy into a democracy and into our present-day freedom that we have. But the idea of having to struggle for your freedom and what it means to be a free country and to be democratic in our society is one of the things that has significantly influenced and impacted the way that we live and the choices that we make in Trinidad and Tobago. More than that also, you know, for a lot of the Caribbean islands, they depend on tourism and other kinds of things like that. We have been an oil producing and a gas economy for a long time, before most countries in the world actually. We've been an oil and natural gas producing country. But how do you take what is natural to you and to make that meaningful in a way that to your people? And these are the kind of things that we continue to work with. I mean, culture on the whole, as the Minister of Arts and Multiculturalism, is the indigenous product that all of us have. Yeah. It is the most fundamental thing that we have to give our country, to give our people a sense of value. If you don't have a culture, you really are adrift in the world. You are out in an ocean, and anybody can do whatever they want with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We always say that is why, in the first instance, to destroy a people, all you have to do is take away their culture, their language, their religion, their voice, their ability to talk about themselves, and after that, they are completely adrift. Yeah. And so, that is why we continue to emphasize that culture is the most fundamental thing. And in Trinidad and Tobago, we've placed a lot of emphasis on developing culture and developing the cultural artifacts that represent those people. Carnival is one of those products that we have developed over the years, and it's really teaching us and pointing the way how to celebrate life and how to bring people of various groups together for a celebration. Fantastic. And also to make an economic value or contribution to your country out of that kind of celebration.
Well, we're so glad that you came in to pay us a visit. We've actually, I can see some of the instruments moving into studio now, and they're going to play for us just now. Quite fascinating, I must say, just to see these instruments, something I haven't seen before. So looking forward to it. But thank you. So it's tonight at the State Theatre.
Yes, and tonight we'll be at the State Theatre at 6:30. 6:30. On Thursday also we'd be in the Villa Casey Street, and on Sunday at Busy Corner at 5 o'clock.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for all the details. So if this appeals to you, get down there. It should be quite an experience. Dr. the Honourable H. Lincoln Douglas, the Minister of Arts and Multiculturalism from Trinidad and Tobago. All right, let's